So Tommy, can you talk to me a little bit about the spirits in the camp this week? Obviously it's been a different environment, but can you talk to me about how it's been for you?
Yeah, no problem. It's on first viewing, obviously you see a group of players that don't know what the next step in, the next stage is for them, and who's going to lead them and stuff. So very quickly, we met on Monday, and they were told about the situation and explained as to why. And the simple reason was we haven't won enough football games. That ultimately, the group of people standing listening to me when I told them that are culpable. There's a responsibility, an acceptance of responsibility, an admission has to be done there, because ultimately the guy at the top of the group is the guy who pays the price. So, the trepidation would have been the first thing, I'm sure. After that, I could reassure them that every single one of them is, a valued asset of this football club and a part of a strategic plan that the leader of the group will continue to do. And whoever that person will be in the long term will know that, and they just have to go forward. Their job is to train to win football matches, and their next aim is to win the next game.
And talk about that kind of strategic point of view, that plan that you've got in place. Obviously, you've been heavily involved in the recruitment of the personnel in the squad today. That gives you a good insight into their strengths, doesn't it?
Hugely, because obviously I've been at the club since 2018, when Darragh was the manager, and I've worked with two other managers here. And I say that using the word with. People have a perception of what a head of recruitment is. It's not somebody who gives players to managers and tells them you have to have that. It's a project that the football club, through finances and through opportunity and through everything, work with the man who trains the players, the manager, to bring players that suit his needs to the way he wants to play. So I feel like we've done that as a club very well. I think if you look at the squad that was here when I got here, and the manager obviously who then moved on, the squad is very different in their makeup. There's more longevity in it, for one. There's more development in there, but they're also, to a man, capable of taking this club forward at this level of football now. Ultimately, we want to go further up the pyramid, and I'm sure whoever's in charge will want to do that as well. But the focus right now, as I'm speaking to you, is to win the next football match, and that's simple. Footballers live and breathe for winning games, and staff do too.
You touched on that short-term focus there. Obviously, you've been tasked with leading the team over this period. Mm-hmm. What are your goals for your tenure?
Well, I said to them, my last words to them on my first meeting with them was, I'm not asking you to win the next 10 games, and I'm not asking you to win the next 5 games. I'm asking you to win the next game, and that's it. My focus is on tomorrow evening, and after tomorrow evening, if I'm still asked to continue to go forward, I'll be focusing on Saturday. That's it. I mean, like I said, the process will continue. The strategy of the club will continue. What needs to happen is the part of winning games is the sole focus of the people who are here on a daily basis down at the quarters. Simple as that.
And will this spell in charge actually give you a chance to kind of get more guidance in terms of the skills that you're looking for the manager when he comes in?
Well, that's a discussion that, if and when the decision's made on the new guy, I'm sure me and him will be working together way before he comes in the door, possibly. In that respect, it's something that, like I said, it's a process we've been doing with the previous 3 managers. So it's not something new from our end. And I doubt it'll be something that the guy coming in will not be fully aware of and fully on board with. And that is really important, because Martin touched on it. I saw what he said earlier. The DNA of the football club can't be ripped up by somebody who has better ideas. Somebody invented a wheel a long time ago, and they found out very quickly you can't reinvent it. It's no good when it's square or it's triangular. It is what it is. And ultimately, listen, the gas can't get in at the moment, the fans. They can't get to see us. But believe me, the work going on the training ground and behind, both infrastructurally and strategically, because you can't just... It's about winning football matches for the players and the coaching staff, technical staff. It's not particularly about that for every aspect of the club, but it is for the fans. And we understand, me more than most, how frustrating it is. A, they can't get in to see, and B, we ain't winning enough games. My sole focus is to start winning football matches.
Exactly. So focusing on tomorrow night's game, how have preparations been on the training ground? Have you been hands-on in those processes?
Absolutely. At the end of the day, we've got a fantastic backroom staff here, all of them very good at their jobs, and I think they've all had the input that's required for me to have enough information as to what tweaks, changes, absolute change sometimes, if you like, and I've got that information now for me very comfortably to say I'll be picking a team that will definitely be capable of winning the game tomorrow.
And how are you actually approaching tomorrow's game? Obviously, it's in the Papa John's Trophy, an opportunity for a lot of young players normally to get a go. But what kind of focuses have you got going into it?
I can't repeat it enough, but I want to win the match. It's as simple as that. I've got no other thought process going through my head at the moment as opposed to winning the game. What I will say to the players, some of which are young guys, this is a competition. Not only could we progress in now, we could win this competition. You know, I won it as a player a couple of times, and you know that was the cup competitions that the teams I was playing at the time we could win. You can't win the FA Cup. You can have really good run in the FA Cup, but the chances of you getting to the final and winning from the level of football we play every week is very, very difficult. But this isn't. Somebody in our league will probably win this competition. So that means we're in the hat. Now, I see that is a huge progression for the club in terms of, you know, there's another focus, and it gives us the platform in these weird and wonderful times. It's very difficult to find games for the guys who aren't playing every week or lots of minutes every week. But it's also important to keep a continuity if you start winning games as a team. It's no good changing every week just because somebody needs to play football. We need to win games. So when we win the next game, I'm sure, you know, there won't be many changes from the team. That's how it works. If I always have to be in charge for a succession of games and it's begun with a win, it'd be very difficult to get out on my side rather than getting in it. Simple.
Okay. Thank you very much.